Turn me up. Yeah. Alright. I'm Jonah in the belly of the beast, nigga. I be damned if I die in these streets, nigga. Hands up for the money we gon' reach, nigga. Jonah in the belly of the beast, nigga. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Live and direct. We in effect. I said, yo, podcast hosted by none other than Quest MCODY. Yo, man, I'm really happy to see y'all here today. I appreciate. I just appreciate the support, man. The show been getting. We've been talking to some of the greatest artists in this thing we call battle rap so far, and like. It ain't no politics over here. It's just like love over here, man. We not selling no fights, man. We just talking, man. So it's really dope. Really dope for me to be in a space to do this podcast, man. Our last show was fire. We had Tony Blanco in our last one, man. Episode, what was that? Because we on episode 12 now. So, man, we talked about her just being a mom growing up. Just every single one I do, I be like, yo, we talked about him being a father or him being a mom. But nah, she talked about being a mom. She talked about coming up in battle rap and just seeing the likes of like 40 bars doing her thing and her actually influencing and inspiring her to actually get going when it come down to battle rap. And that was kind of dope, man. That was really dope. Not even kind of dope. Just to see that inspiration and for somebody to be open enough to share that part, you know. So make sure y'all check that out. Go on anywhere you listen to podcasts, man. Spotify, Apple Music, all those places. Make sure you follow us on wherever you follow stuff at. And I got Instagram. I don't have my Instagram back, but I'm a step closer. So you can follow me at Quest MCODY, but Quest.MCODY if you're on Instagram. So follow me on there and, you know, help me get back. So without further ado, man, we got a really dope guest. We got a really dope guest in the building right now. That's the homie, the homie. This brother came on the scene in a time where lyricism was missed, man, and he was like a breath of fresh air, man. It was at a time where, like, yo, you had to be saying something, and bruh came in saying something, man. He got compared to the likes of the Loaded Luxes, the Daylights, and different wordsmith. And in my personal opinion, he garnered the attention of those wordsmiths because they always brought him up or wanted to battle him or things of that nature, myself included. So I want to bring into the stage the homie. What's up, Xcel? How you feeling, man?
What's good, bros? I'm good. How are you? How you doing,
I
man?
cannot complain, bro. Can't complain, man. Feeling good, man.
I see you got your Lions on. You ready for the game tonight?
Yeah, man. You know, hopefully by the time this air, man, we be going to the Super Bowl. Not even hopefully, definitely, man. I got faith in them, man. I ain't put no money on them. I don't want to jinx them. I ain't do no parlays, none of that, man.
I would like to see y'all go. That should be dope. I think for Detroit and just period. Y'all, you know what I'm saying?
How you feeling about Belichick getting up out of there? You think it's about time?
Yeah, it's about time. I think that you know, I'm not mad about it. He gave us mad chips, and then he gave us mad years of greatness. So I think it's just time. It's time to get some new energy.
Hey, yo, as a kid, I thought New England was like in New England. Like, I ain't think it was like, I thought they was playing. Like, I'm like, yo, why do they get to have a team? But, like, and I never got it. Like, why Boston? Like, I got older, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So explain that for the people that don't know. Like, how do that work?
Well, New England is a region, so it's 6 states. It's Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Connecticut, Rhode Island. So the Patriots is just but Mass is like the capital state. So the Patriots, they used to be the Boston Patriots,
Okay.
but then they changed it like probably like in the '70s into the New England Patriots.
All right, but they were playing in Boston the whole time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they don't play. They play in Foxborough, like outside of Boston. They played in
Okay.
Massachusetts the whole time. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So what area of Massachusetts did you come up?
I came up. I was born in Boston. I came up bouncing back and forth between Boston and Brockton, which I still live now. Brockton is like 20 minutes south of Boston, and it's famous for. Back in the day, it used to be famous for the shoes. People used to make shoes, shoe factories, but it's most famous for boxing because we got two famous boxers that come from here. Rocky Marciano and Marvin Hagler come from Brockton.
Word. I didn't
Yeah.
know that, man.
Hmm.
I think I knew Marvin Hagler came from there because Marv was doing a Hagler project,
Hmm.
and you look up stuff your friends doing. I ain't never been in the boxing past like Mike Tyson and watching a Floyd fight.
Right.
Now, what's life like coming up in that area, like as a kid, man? Like, are you like running around the neighborhood? Like, is it
Oh
because you
yeah.
guys are set up more like not like it's really historic. Like all the
Mhm.
shit I see out there look just super historic. But tell me about just
Um,
growing up.
growing up out here in Brockton, Boston area, like it was we was running around the neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Typical like I was outside early, so I was outside like 11, like outside like 11, 12. You know, I grew up in that era playing football in the street.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We grew up with the fist fights and the and yeah, I had a childhood, you know, playing manhunt and all of that. Grown like we was me and my crew. We was like mischievous, so we would get into whatever we could get into young. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Doing
Okay.
fucking backflips off the fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Porch and shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That type of shit.
Okay. You was one of the flipping kids, man. You was one of the kids
Nah,
that could
nah,
flip.
nah. My man's. I had a couple dudes that was, but I wasn't. I was always. But we was just running around getting into shit. But
Man, the
you know,
motherfucker that could
every hood
flip.
got one of those.
The motherfucker that could flip, man. If we was smart, man, we'd have been telling them to get in gymnastics. Like somebody
Oh
should have put them kids, man, because there was so many homies, dog. I had a homie in my hood named Glenn, dog. He would flip off a tree, off a house, off of whatever the hell he
yeah,
could
I had a
flip off
homie like
of,
that
bro.
too. My man, Jose, he flip off anything. Like we didn't even know what we was looking at back then. Like
Oh,
now, it's like now that we grown, like dog, you should have been in gymnastics or something, dog.
right. So
Like
what's the what's
every
the
hood got one of those.
what's the like ethnic makeup of the environment you coming up in? Cause like
Um,
in Detroit, we got like it's really segregated. Like you've been here, but
mhm.
when every time I've been out in Mass, like I've seen a lot of different people. So like, what's the demographic looking like?
And it's funny that you asked that because everybody thinks Massachusetts is like Whitey Bulger movie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody thinks it's like The Departed, but you know what I'm saying? We got black people, we got white people, we got all people, all walks of life: Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Haitians,
So growing
Africans.
up, what's your friend circle looking like?
I had my friend circle. I had friends of all races, really. Like I had Asian homies. I had Cape Verdean homies, which that's something that's specific to Massachusetts and Brockton. We have a high population of Cape Verdeans, which is Cape Verdean people are people that are an island off of Africa, West Africa, and Portuguese people. They mixed on that island, and the Cape Verdeans. Cape Verde's an island off the coast of Africa. They all
Okay,
come to Massachusetts for some reason.
okay,
So
Do,
I had some Cape Verdean homies, Danish
okay.
home, like yeah.
So when did you like where notice that like yo you wanted to be in front of people performing? Like were you the kid that like the family grabbed and said yo check out what he can do, or were you kind of
Um.
just honing your skill on your own?
Well, my grandmother on my father's side was my that side of my family was heavy in the church. So they was always singing and playing instruments, so I was always used to seeing people in my family get up and do shit. Like it's not, it wasn't like a unordinary thing or extraordinary thing. My grandmother wrote plays, so she used to have us get up and do the plays. Like I feel like since I was little, I always been in front of people. I probably
Mhm.
started rapping when I was like 9, 10 years old, and then but I ain't show nobody till I probably got like 11, 12. You know what I'm saying? And then I started rapping for the homies, and then I
So
was
how
ready.
you get the influence to like start rapping? Like, did you get into just like rap music? How'd you get introduced?
Yeah, I got into it. Rap music. I listened to when I first seen what I first see when I first seen Nas and Mobb Deep when I first seen them because they was young.
Yeah, yeah.
They were so me watching them on TV like
Hmm.
I was like, oh shit, like 'cause I always listen to rap. It was on the radio. It was on the radio when you would catch it. The videos was there, but when I seen them, I'm like, oh shit, they kids. You
So
know what I'm saying? Like,
nobody around you was like, "Yo, check this out." It was just like, "Yo," it just that's what was on TV. You kind of
yeah, it was
stumbled
just
onto
what
it.
was on TV. I didn't really as I got once I started like writing rhymes, then I would show my homies, and then one of my other homies, my man Cole, we was in the same grade. He was writing rhymes at the same time, so we formed like a little crew, and
Yeah.
then we made like a little tape on a little tape, a voice recorder, and passed it around the school and shit like that.
Okay.
So that shit. And then once that happened, that's when I got hooked to the shit. Like, oh, all right, this could be something.
So when did you? What was your first rap about? Were you writing the raps down, or were you freestyling? Like, how'd that
I
go?
mean, my first raps back then when I was a kid, I was freestyling. But first rap I wrote down, ironically enough, was I remember first I can remember it was probably in like music class, and I think it was like a battle rhyme or something like that. Like I was just writing, like it was just random raps. It wasn't like
Okay.
wrote a story or I was writing I just was writing random raps, random,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying, rhymes.
What were
But it
your
was
What were your influences? Like Nas, of course, Mob Deep, of
Nas.
course, but they weren't really like battling or going
No,
at
no,
people
no.
like that. So how
At
how
that
that
time, I
where'd that
wasn't
come
really.
from?
At that time, I wasn't even really focused on battling. Like I was like just trying to make songs and trying to rhyme. Battling came like before I got into battling how we battle now. Like
Yeah, yeah,
battling was on some like I used to be like, go to a party or something, and always start off in a cipher,
yeah,
and
yeah.
everybody leave, and it's just you and homie.
You and whoever, yeah,
You
yeah,
and
yeah,
whoever's
yeah.
left type shit, and y'all going back and forth, and whoever run out of rhymes lose, or your man call you, yo, I got such and such over here from this block. He say he
Word.
nice, pull up, and then I
Yeah,
pull
yeah.
up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So before we get there, um,
And those
what's
was on
the
the beat, though.
yeah, definitely,
Hmm.
definitely, definitely. Uh, what was the household looking like? Like 6 year old, 8 year old Xcel
Uh,
man running around. Like what was the house looking like?
I was
Mom there,
definitely
dad
running
there,
around.
how'd it go?
I had both my parents. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Me and my pops, we didn't really have the best relationship. I'm the oldest. I have a sister, um, younger sister, and I have a younger brother with autism. So
Okay.
most of my childhood and life, I was really catering to him, like in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Making sure he
Wh-
helping
What's
my
the
mom's
what's
up.
the age different? What's the age gap between you and your
Me and my
siblings?
sister is 2 years, and me and my brother is 7. Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm 38. My brother now is 31. My sister's 35. So five should be 36 in
Okay.
October. So yeah.
So how like having a responsibility at a young age? Because like by the time he's born, you're 7, but by the time he start actually needing you, you're at an
Mhm.
age where you can actually help. So
Yeah.
how'd that shape you as a young man growing up?
Um, it definitely taught me how to like care. Like this shit, it ain't all about me. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like you definitely had to make certain sacrifices as far as just trying to help my mom's. Like I wanted to do my thing and play basketball, but I seen her struggling at the crib, and I was just like, yo, I don't really gotta play ball like that. I know if we need help, like we need somebody, and it wasn't like I'm outside like making money. That I'm talking like I'll stay in the crib and watch him so she can go to work. If she go to
Yeah.
school, she can go do whatever she needs to do, and she ain't have to worry about trying to get a family member or get somebody to watch. You know what I'm saying? So it was just that, like, it just taught me responsibility early and to learn that shit and patience, because when you deal with people that have, you know what I'm saying, developmental delays and stuff like that, you definitely have to, it teaches you patience, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you realize that even though they have the developmental delay, they're still like everybody else.
Okay. Okay. You you think you think sometimes like when you get into a space where like you have like an enhanced responsibility, right?
Hmm.
That we sometimes expect everybody else to understand responsibility, and then sometimes like yo over like we expect more out of somebody that yo you're not like I remember being young, man, and I was like a kid. I was the only kid, man. I ain't really had too much that I had to
Hmm.
do. But then my homie, man, he stayed across the street, man, and he had like 10 people in his crib. You did?
Right.
He going to work, man, getting off at 12 in the morning, messing up in school because he's staying at, work or whatever, right?
Hmm.
But still did good enough. He got out and all that.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm just chilling. I'm like, man, what you doing, dog? Why you working this late? But like in his mind, he like, yo, I got. And so when I get older and go into a space where I'm trying to generate income for myself, it ain't even on the same
Level, right?
level of need as
Hmm.
somebody else. Like we still struggling over here, but I'm just struggling for me and my, just it's just me and her or
Right.
whatever. And we doing decent, man. Like my mom, I never shit on my mom. Um, do you sometimes look back at being young and say like, man, I didn't really get why this person was like this at this time, and now that I'm a little older, I can.
Oh yeah, 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 for sure, for sure. Like there were certain things I didn't understand about. You know what I'm saying? Where my mom was going as hard as she went, or even my pops was going as hard as he went. And then when I got older, I figured it out. You know what I'm saying? Like yo, they got to take care of this, they got to take care of that, and then even like even for me to be like helping and things like that, it makes you be like it grows you up some. You know what I'm saying? So once you get older, like you start understanding like, all right, this is why my mom went this hard. Or this is why she was always tired. Or this is why she looked. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Because as a kid, you just be the one to fucking. If
yeah,
you think that if you say it, it's just there type shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So.
Which with you being the oldest kid, you said
Mm.
like, yo, you and your dad butt heads sometimes, right?
Mm.
What were y'all like butting heads about?
Um, I can't even really specifically like say. I'll say more so. It's just men. My father didn't really have the best tools in his toolbox to communicate how he felt. He was one of them. He grew up hard. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? He didn't feel appreciated in his life, at his job, at his. And he was an angry guy. So at the end of the day, and then me growing up, I grew up different than him. Like I grew up when I was I'm outside running around doing whatever I'm doing. So it was more so like father son type shit. Like
okay,
growing up and being now that being a father to a son myself, like yeah, it's like when every boy gets to that age that shit get
yeah,
kind of you
I
gotta
can
kind of put
understand
on
that.
his butt.
So let's go. You when did you start taking like um like rap serious? Like around what age? Like you're
Rap shit.
writing every day. You're trying to go to the studio. You're
Oh yeah,
yeah. What? How old were you?
probably like 14, 15. I started really taking it serious. I met one of my homies, my brother Catalyst. Shout out to him. Homie I used to rap with. His uncle had a studio, and he brought us all to the studio, and that was the first time like I was in an actual studio for real and
Yeah,
recorded. and that shit. That's when I got the bug. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hearing yourself back,
Yeah,
because it's different than just rapping in the street. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And then from then it was just
How'd that feel? Like when you
crazy,
heard your song, your voice back for the first time.
crazy. Like, oh shit, like it's like this is real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
yo shit, I did that. I can't believe. Oh, I really just laid some shit down. And then
yeah.
it went from that's how it started. Writing every day to trying to make up new songs, new ideas. You know what I'm saying? Literally going to work to just going to work or hustling or doing whatever we doing just to make money to go to the studio type shit.
So were you Xcel at this time?
Yeah, I always been excited.
Okay, so this your first rap name.
Hmm.
Yo, you might be the first, bruh.
Hmm.
Like I talked to Mickey, Mickey was Renegade,
Hmm.
man. Farrah was Miss Funeral or
I always been excited, but people around my way they call me Selly. Everybody in my hood, that's what they call me.
what? Word.
Everybody, like if you came out here, everybody called me Sally. But I always been Excel.
Okay. So in high school, like what was high school like for you just that time, man?
High
I know.
school was to be honest, high school was a culture shock for me because I went through the public school system my whole life, and then I ended up because I played sports and I tested out. I ended up going to a private high school, so it was culture
Okay.
shock. Like I didn't uh first time I seen like first time I went to somebody's crib and they had a finished basement
Ah man, yeah.
type shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? First time I seen somebody's Benzes and Beamers picking kids up from school type. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it was a culture shock. But still same. I was rapping, played ball.
Well,
Um,
basketball?
yeah, I played basketball. I was
Okay.
playing basketball for a little while. On the team, maybe on the varsity freshman year and all that. Then
Okay. I got to
yeah.
challenge you to the McCody shoot off
Oh
challenge.
yeah, we could do that.
Pause.
We
Pause.
could do that. We could do that. I'm with it.
All right.
And then yeah, so I was still, but honestly, that's when like the bug I had caught the rap bug. So for me, like rap school was like rap session.
Okay.
Like I would just write raps all day in school. Like my notebook that I was supposed to be taking notes filled
Hmm.
with raps. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
every notebook that if I showed you my books where I still had them from high school, start off
Yeah.
like first 2 weeks is notes, and then the rest of that
It's
shit
just
is just
raps. So
rhymes.
did like did grades suffer because of that, or were you able to still keep up?
I was still able to keep up. You know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
still able to maintain and do well without you know what I'm saying? I still could graduate. I probably didn't do as well as I could have done, but I
Hmm.
definitely passed every class and graduated and did all that. But yeah, it was a lot of raps, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. 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 So you think around that time you're still going to the studio. By the time you get out of high school, are you focused now? Like, yo, I'm out of school. I'll be able to put more attention to this, or like, how did that go?
Definitely. I knew probably by the time I was in junior, that's, that rap was something that I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to do. So when I got out, I graduated. I remember I graduated. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? There's a little discrepancy with my graduation because you know what I'm saying. I had got caught with some weed in the school. So,
Okay.
but it was so late in my thing. I got caught my senior year. So basically, they just like you can't graduate on the field and you can't go to like prom and shit like that, whatever. But I pretty much just gave my mom's my diploma. Her
Hmm.
like here, this for you. I know what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I just pursued it from there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I was focused. I was super focused.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
So, those first few years out of high school, you're in adulthood.
Hmm.
Was life looking like? You still at home? You moving
The
around?
first few years, I actually left. I moved to Atlanta for a while with my I
Okay,
had a
you was in the
passing
A.
friend.
Okay. He
Yeah,
was
I was
in
in
the A.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I
Excel
moved.
was in the A with them
Yeah,
Georgia peaches. I
yeah,
see
yeah. I
you,
lived in
yo.
Atlanta for like, and from like '05 to like oh yeah, I graduated in '04. I moved to Atlanta from like '05 to '06. I lived there for like a year and a half.
Okay.
Um, I was out there around the time when Jeezy and all that came out and it was popping.
Word.
Yeah, so and then I was still doing rap. I was rapping out there, doing some things.
Was you rapping like Jeezy?
Nah.
You found the Dungeon Family beats out there? You ain't
Nah, I
get
was
the
still doing my East Coast. It didn't change much. My style. I think
Okay.
I just kind of got like I realized that because back then like this we had internet, but it ain't like it is now. So
Yeah.
shit was still regional. Like I realized like oh shit, this is a culture shock. There's motherfuckers out here that's popping that we don't even know. Like cause you live where you live. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying,
Yep.
dude?
Yep.
The motherfuckers is popping where I'm popping at, but once you get out there, it's like you got Jeezy. That's when Gucci Man had first came out. Before he was national, everybody's bumping Gucci Man. Everybody, was, you know what I'm saying? And it was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh shit, this is something different. You know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
but
So,
it was
so
definitely
you in
dope.
Atlanta? You recording? You doing that? You rolling with a crew? You doing your own thing?
I had a couple dudes. And then I had me, my man Cole, and I had my man Lee, and my other homie. We it was like four of us, but we was all
Okay.
from up north, so we kind of clicked. You know what I'm saying? And then I met mad people. I was down there. I ended up having a little manager, a little situation, and we was working on some things.
Okay.
And then I ended up going to. While I was down there, I performed in Texas at the Dub Car Show. I
Okay.
met Lil Flip before, you know what I'm saying?
Ah, the
Like, I,
freestyle king, man.
yeah, I met Lil Flip out there. You know what I'm saying? And then it was Atlanta was pretty dope. Like it was
Okay.
dope. I think I was too young to like really like make mad moves, but I did some shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
Atlanta treated me well.
All right. Well, look, man. I just wanna. I just. I know you basketball. I know you did your thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I just want to show you what you might have to worry about, bro. I'm just saying, bro. I'm
Oh
just saying,
shit. Huh?
and that's left hand. That's the lefty.
Okay.
That's a
Niggas with the
lefty.
lefty.
That's the lefty. Hold up
Oh, you
again.
out there working?
Just so you don't
Okay.
think it's fluke. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
no, I
So you
don't
don't
think
think it's
that.
fluke. You feel me?
Okay. My son
Hold
out here
on, hold on,
working.
hold on, hold on, hold on. We're gonna bring it back. Just so you don't think it's fluke. Oh, with the step, with the just I get bored. So that summer I was like, yo, I'm gonna learn how to shoot left-handed, right?
Oh yeah.
Efficiently. Cause I'm an old man. I ain't about to play no games with nobody. I'm not running up and down
Yeah.
nobody court.
Those
Okay?
days is over.
Nah. But I got my last one. This me just showing my son what game it is, you feel me? Just in case the Warriors watching right now, you know what I'm saying, Sil?
Shit,
Just in
they
case the
can use
Warriors watching, man. You feel me? Look at the rim. Go
they can
ahead.
use
You see
all the
that?
help they
All right,
need.
now look at me. You see that? There you
Yeah.
go. When I okay, one take, man. No camera tricks. No camera tricks. No. All right. All right.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right. All
Okay.
right. All right. That's enough.
Let's
That's
go.
enough.
You got
That's
a little
enough,
gun out
man.
there,
That's
Quest.
enough.
I see what's going
Okay.
on.
Little something, man. So next time I'm in
Yeah,
Boston,
we could definitely get it. We could definitely
but
get it
I'm not
going.
playing no games, bro. I'm shooting. We could play horse. Like
Yeah,
I'm
we can
not
shoot.
playing no games, dog. All
We can
right.
shoot them game. Them game days is over, man.
All right. So look, yeah, I ain't tearing my ACL for none of you,
Not nobody. Yeah,
man.
that shit's a done deal.
I played a game with Ace, Loso, DNA, Chilla, and some other people, and I had to check Loso. Man, he was running the whole time, dog. Like I'm like, yo, I'm not checking him, bro. I'm checking
Yeah,
Chilla.
yeah.
I'm not
Niggas,
checking. I'm checking
yeah, niggas be
DNA.
thinking they
I'm
still
not.
out here like,
Yeah,
bro, y'all better go
somebody
ahead,
else got
man.
to check him, dog. He doing too much. So look,
Yeah.
you out there, you playing basketball, but
Mhm.
rap is taking over your psyche,
Mhm.
100%.
Mhm.
Um, you get an opportunity once you graduate, you move out to Atlanta. By
Mhm.
then, do you have any children? Do you have anything going on?
Nah. By the
Okay.
time I was in Atlanta, I didn't have no kids. I didn't have my first son until I was 21. When I came back, I didn't have my first child, my son, when I was 21. I came back. Um,
Okay.
when I came back to Massachusetts.
Hey, they talking about the slogan. Hey, mama, hold on, hit the blunt is when we don't gotta guess. We could have smoke sessions together. That's when me and the fans kick it. But
Hey, that's fire
we
though.
yeah, when we don't gotta guess, we gonna have a smoke
Oh, mama,
session. We
what's
gonna
up,
do
mama?
one.
She be on. Mama, no, she be on my show with Mercy.
Word.
Shout
Shout
out
out
to
to
mom,
mama for
mom
supporting.
Dukes.
She giving me my credit too for that lefty. You
Yeah,
know,
shout out to
so
mom Dukes.
so look, you're in Atlanta. At some point in
Hmm.
time, it's time to come back or go back or move somewhere
Hmm.
else. Did you go back to Mass, and if so, why?
I came back to Mass just cause, um, things wasn't really working out in Atlanta like I thought, as far as like just the finances and putting things together. So I just came back. Most of my peoples is out here, my family's out here,
Hmm.
so it was nothing to just come back home. Like what I'm saying, I just copped a ticket and just came back.
Okay.
And then once I got back, it was kind of like that's when I hit the ground running as far as like really focusing up and being in the studio, putting out projects and
Okay.
pressing up CDs and doing all that type of shit.
Did y'all have like an open mic scene, a showcase scene, or
Yeah, we had a
anything like that?
showcase scene here in Mass. A lot of shows at the Middle East. Um, we got shows all over the place. Like, so I was also working with DJ Peter Parker at the time. He was out here running around, and cause he's from here, so we ended up he ended up getting us like shows opening up for artists that came through. Like I opened up for Duck Down, Sean Price and them. I opened up for a couple artists, you know what I'm saying? Local
Okay.
Ed OGs and all of those type of dudes.
So tell me about because you mentioned Shine Price being
Hmm.
able to meeting and being an affiliate of the Shine Price. Like, how did that
Hmm.
how was that?
Oh, and that shit was like surreal. Because the first time I had met him was he did a show for one of my guys' son's birthday, and he was outside like smoking a cigarette, and he was just like, "Yo, I want to hear his rap." So everybody rhymed, I rhymed, and then later on that night, after everybody was filing out, he came and stopped me, told me my shit was nice or whatever the case may be, blah blah blah. And I thought that was that, you know what I'm saying? And then I was on my way to a battle because this is after I got in battle rap and I started rocking with the homies. I was on my way to a battle and Sean Price called me. And I was like, "Oh, what's up?" He was like, "Yo." And then I told him who I was. I was like, "You don't remember me from this night?" Da 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 da. Da. He was like, "Oh, that's you." I said, "Yeah."
Yeah,
And we was good after that. You know what I'm saying? If you know Sean, you know he's always joking and shit like that.
yeah,
So,
definitely.
and I was like, "Yo, how you get my number?" He's like, "Don't worry about that. I'm the god." You know what I'm saying? I obviously found, you know what I'm saying? He's like, "I'm the god. I know everything." You know what I'm saying? So then I found out Swave gave him my number, whatever the case may be, because he reached out to Swave and asked for the contact. But because I was just like, I was on my way to a battle. I'm listening. I pick up my phone. He's like, "Yo, this Xcel." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yo, this is P." I'm like, "P who?" It's like, "P, nigga." I'm like, "Oh, Sean Price, P." And then we just kicked it from there. And then
Yeah,
we just ended up being cool. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
R.I.P. Sean. He was like, you know what I'm saying? Big brother, funny guy.
definitely,
Always got a motherfucking joke for you.
definitely.
Word, like
Yeah,
he
man.
was a
R.P.
different type
Shine
of dude.
Price, man. One of my favorite joints is the joint all his work with Guilt. I just love it.
Oh yeah, him and Guilty's crazy.
And with Black, the Random Man, it's just so
Yeah,
dope.
I wish they could have made more fucking albums.
Yeah,
Cause
definitely.
them albums, that first one was the shit.
So you get back to uh, Mass, and
Hmm.
you're able to get in the studio. You're able to record more,
Hmm.
and just like put into your craft. Are you battling right now? Are you thinking about battling? Like, where does that come into the picture?
Um, I was probably battling, but again, it was still the same. And at that time, it was still the same form. Like
Just
We
on
was
the
we
beat.
was seeing it. We was seeing battle rap, like we seen the Low Deluxes and the Murder Mooks but we it was no scene for it. We wasn't really thinking about it. Like and then I'm sure Chilla was doing something. Chilla was doing his thing, but it was at that time. It was like almost like parties. Like you get known. Like I got known from being the dude in the parties. Like you would
Okay.
battle at the parties. It wasn't like you
Yeah,
setting
yeah.
up sanctioned matches and shit like that.
Yeah, you
And
be at a
then
party, they throw the beat on, you
yeah,
go,
throw the
whatever.
beat on and we go. That's how I really got known and rapping on the block or whatever the case may be. And
Okay.
then during that time after I came back, that was like the first time where the home studio where we bought our own studio equipment.
Yeah. Okay.
And
And
that's when
around what year is that?
probably like 2008, 9 maybe.
Okay.
So that
So
was,
so in 4 years, you're on Trap House.
yep.
Within 4 years, you're on Trap House.
Mm-hmm.
How'd that come about?
So with me doing the music and all that, I got affiliated with Bad Seed. Shout out to Bad Seed. And I was just we was just he was he was bringing me up, had me under his wing, like yo, you my artist, whatever the case may be. So I was doing music with him, did a
Yeah.
couple shows with him and Mims. Um,
Like this is why I'm hot,
this why I'm
Mims.
hot, Mims. Yeah,
Okay.
while that was
Okay.
going on, while that song was popping, did a couple shows at a couple colleges with them too. And then I just was one day like we were just talking about rapping, and I was just like, yo, I want to try that battle rap shit. And then he was just like, yo, I know some, I know people that's connected with that. And I was like, all right, who? And then he put me on Poison Pen.
Okay.
And then Poison Pen, me and Poison Pen built. I didn't, and Poison Pen asked me for some footage, but I didn't have no footage. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have shit to
Right.
give him. So I just gave him like, freestyle.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, nigga, I could tell by this freestyle that you nice and you can get busy in the ring. So then he passed it to No Mercy, and No Mercy, No Mercy, the owner of the Trap, he pretty much was like, "Yo, we're doing our first event on this date. Boom, boom, boom. Pen passed me your freestyle. I think you nice. I want to give you a shot. Can you have this much? This he gave me the parameters of the battle. Yo, this battle, this many rounds, da 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 da,
Hmm.
and that was it. And then I went to New York.
And that was you versus Jay Bundy. Jay
Yep,
Bundy.
yep.
Okay.
I went to New
So
York.
so at that time you go to New York, man. This isn't you're not getting paid to battle yet, right?
No, hell no, no.
Okay, so you going out here on your own dime. You going with your homies, you going solo. How you get out there on a
My
bus or a
man,
car?
I took the Chinese bus. Real
Was
shit.
explain that because Ashcast took a Chinese bus to Detroit once, man, and she
Nah.
told me I took the Chinese bus and I just thought she meant like a Greyhound style bus where maybe the person that drove it was Asian or something.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty all right.
or
So
Chinese rather.
The Chinese bus is Greyhound Peter Pan style bus, but they are Asian people. They have their own buses, but they're hella cheap. So from Boston to New York for $25, as opposed to getting a Greyhound, which is like at
Okay.
that time was like 60, $70. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
See, I had it backwards. I thought that it was like she was getting inside of like a white van, with like no windows and some shit.
Oh,
Like yo, we all just sitting on a bench, man.
nah, nah, nah. It's
like you in
definitely
a like a step down from a like you in a work van just coming up.
nah. It's definitely nah. It's a Greyhound style bus. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? It
so
might be, it might not be as up to date as a Greyhound bus. I'll say
okay,
that, but it's
cool,
definitely a Greyhound, a bus, and then you pay. It's just the price to get from where you going to there is cheaper.
right? Okay, so you get to New York for your first battle, man. You about to
hmm
battle Jay Bundy. Are you nervous? Are you confident? Like what's going on in your mind?
I'm super. I was super nervous because it was my first one, and I didn't know how people like. It was a new platform, new way of rapping, new everything, and I didn't know how
Yeah.
people was gonna receive what I was doing. So and then it's New York. So in my mind, it's like, this is the mecca of the shit. You know what I'm saying? This is where it's at. It's like, if niggas like you here, you good everywhere type shit. So you know what I'm saying? And then I just went up there, spit my shit, and once I seen people like reacting, and it's funny, Lotta Zay and Miss Hustle was there. And then
Mm-hmm.
once they told me like, yo nigga, you nice. Then I was like, all right, I felt better. You know what I'm saying?
Dope, dope, dope. So right after you battle him, you had Xcel, you had a Gems battle.
Mm-hmm.
Like Trap House is your home. Your first four battles were on Trap House, right?
Yep.
What was
Yeah.
the
So
importance of you staying loyal to Trap House during that
at
stint?
that time I was just trying, because they let me like find my style and find myself and work through myself. Like Mercy was working with me. So after Jay Bundy, Mercy came to me like, yo son, you nice. I rock with you. I think you dope. Then he gave me Gems. Gems my second battle. And then he seen the elevation. I leveled up because I'm learning now. And he was just giving me game to learn. Yo, watch this. Yo, you kind of rap like this guy. Watch him do this. Boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had two more. Then I had Get Right, and then I had another battle after that. And then he gave me. Then it was Daylight, like
Let's
literally.
talk about that daylight battle.
Daylight
You
battle.
how are you like you're new
hmm
and at this point in time daylight had been making some noise. This 2014. Like
It's a fact.
he had he was like I battled him at the end of that year. So like he was in rare form that
hmm
year. How did you uh how did you feel leading into that battle?
I was nervous as fuck because if you remember, that was the year he was doing all them antics,
Yeah.
and you didn't know what the fuck you was gonna get. You didn't know if he was
Okay.
gonna rap. You didn't know if he was gonna leave. You didn't know if he was gonna fucking take off his clothes. You didn't know what the fuck. And I think right before my battle was the battle where he did that, where he took his clothes off in London, might have
Yeah.
been, or whatever the case may be. So
So you
I
was
was
good.
I was
Cause
nervous.
nah, but you was good. Like, cause you know he go every other. Cause like he
Yeah.
did the shit with Real Deal before he battled me, and I was like, oh, I'm good. He
yeah,
battled
yeah,
me. He
yeah,
rapped,
but
and then right after he battled me, he went and battled Pat Stay dressed like a slave. So
yeah,
I was like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, here
See,
we go. I
now
got.
looking back at it, I could realize that, but going into it, I was just like, yo, I hope I don't know what he's gonna do. Number one, he don't know me, you know what I'm saying, and he might
so
not take me serious. So
so
I'm
what's
just
going
gonna,
on what's going on in your mind while you writing for him?
I'm just
Like,
like, yo, I studied him, and I was just like, yo, I'm gonna rap to him. Like I'm not gonna get caught up in all the antics, none of this shit. I'm gonna rap to him that no matter what he does on this stage, it's not gonna overshadow what I'm saying.
okay,
And as the battle goes on and we start battling and I'm rapping, it just so happened that a lot of battlers was there that day, K-Shine, Clips, mad niggas. But as I'm rapping, I can see him reacting to what I'm saying.
yeah,
And he's
yeah,
trying not to. And he's just like, oh shit. And then I'm like, I bet. And then he starts rapping.
yeah,
And he don't do none of that funny shit, none of that bullshit.
yeah,
And we had a great battle. And then when at the end of the battle, he hugged me and was like, "Yo,
yeah.
I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna put you on for real." And I was like, "All right."
That's fire. That's
And then
fire.
and then that
Did he
next
follow
time,
up?
yeah, because then he went back to the West. And then after that, that's when Lush One hit me. It was like, "Yo, Daylight just told me you crazy. Boom, 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 boom. I
Okay.
want to put you on this King of the Dot, this, that, and the third." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
So he
Okay.
followed up. Shout out to Daylight though.
Dope.
Sure.
Shout out Daylight. So we go from there, man. You do a few more battles. You go do a few more trap house battles. You do some spit that heat battles, and then
Mm-hmm.
you get an opportunity of a lifetime, right?
Mm-hmm.
You end up on the URL
Mm-hmm.
for Ultimate. What was it?
Freestyle,
Fridays.
Freestyle Friday, UFF.
UFF.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimate Freestyle Friday.
Mm-hmm.
You go against Stash.
Mm-hmm. I
How are
battled.
you? How are you feeling? Because I heard that weekend I was in here talking to T Top about that in one of our
Mm-hmm.
interviews, and he was saying the whole tournament is shot in a weekend.
It is. It is.
Okay, so that's a lot of prep. How did you get the call for this? Like, how did that go? Tell me because
I
you hadn't been
battled.
on URL, had you?
No,
Okay,
I battled Daylight, and then the Daylight battle dropped. So once the Daylight battle dropped, that was kind of the thing that made everybody go, "Yo, who the fuck is that? Who's the nigga that?" Because Daylight tweeted, "Yo, Xcel 30 me, beat me," and at that time, he wasn't nobody. He wasn't that
yeah,
didn't happen. So once he tweeted that, and the battle dropped, everybody's like, "Yo, who the fuck is Xcel?" Boom, boom, boom. So then I get the call from Norbs. Norbs calls me. He's like, "Yo, I watched your Daylight battle. We think you dope. We want to put you in the URL, the PGs." So, um, but that at this time I'm already traveling. I'm going to spit that heat. I'm going all over the place.
yeah,
But he's like, "Yo, we want to put you in the PGs," and I'm like, "All right." So he's like, "I want you to battle Stash for a PG." So I battle. So I go there. I battle Stash. Um, and it was dope. The reception was dope. Daylight actually pulled up. He was there to support and all that. So
okay,
that was fire. I battled Stash, and then Norbs calls me probably like a week or two after that, and it's like, "Yo, we're doing UFF, and we want you to be on UFF." But I didn't know who. I didn't learn who I was going against until probably like a couple weeks after that. But it just so had happened that all of them guys I had seen them already because I was moving around, so I had seen Briz and Spit That Heat. I had
okay,
seen T Top. Boom. I think the only one I wasn't familiar with was Chess and Saga.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? But then I met them, but I was moving around, so that the whole thing is shot in that weekend. So it's just like it was crazy.
What was that? Aside from the battle, I know you and Anubis battled.
Hmm.
What was that atmosphere like?
It was crazy. Like it was TV, so it was my first time being on like a real live production.
Yeah,
Like it's a real production. Like when you motherfucking stop your raps, they go, "All right, stop," and then they go, "You gotta all right, walk back from here to here again." You know what I'm saying? So it looks good for TV. Like it's like big cameras. That was like the first time being in front of big cameras, big bright lights like that. Celebrities watching, like
yeah,
because the way they had it is like you battle in this room, you battle in the room, and then it's closed off. But they open the door and it's like a green room waiting area, and everybody's in the green room waiting area. You got G Unit in there, you got Remy Ma, Papoose at that time, you got Freeway, fucking
yeah.
Prodigy, Mob Deep, you got Mad Nick, everybody. So it was just wild seeing everybody, and then to you know what I'm saying, to have people that I grew up watching be like, "Yo, nigga, I fuck with your shit dope." Da da da. I was like, you know, I was like, "Oh, all right,
Okay.
I'm here now, I guess."
So after the URL battle,
Mhm.
you went on a run where you were doing like spit that heat. You were doing
Mhm.
like I see you battle the homie Flacco.
Mhm.
Um, you battle Born on Black Ice Cartel.
Mhm.
Uh, you even did an angry fans interview, like battle, like a phone battle or something with
Mhm.
like Cali Smooth. So like,
Cali moves. Yep. Shout out
s-
Cali.
so you were moving around, but it didn't
Mhm.
seem. But you didn't go back to do a URL battle during this time.
Yeah, because at the time it was like we had a little contract discrepancy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I didn't. I just looked at it like, okay, we have a contract discrepancy. I'm not gonna sit around and wait. There's no point in
Yeah.
that. Like sit around like because I can go make these moves. I was already getting these phone calls from the Spit That Heats, from the
Right.
Black Ices, from different places, and then so I was just like, yo, I can do this. Once I realized like I can do this on my own,
Mm-hmm.
like I just took it that route. Like in like I wish, like, even to this day, I wish that it didn't take a contract dispute for that to happen. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
because there was some things that happened. Like, I went on Angry Fan Radio and said some shit about the contract, which that was my fault. I should have never discussed business behind closed doors, open,
Okay.
you know what I mean, business in the public like that. So that was me. And then I wish that certain things, but I also at the same time, I don't regret it because, like, the name that I've built for myself, battling on my own and on the road, like
Yeah.
it's solidified, and it's solidified just by work. Like I don't have that cushion where it's like, yo, nigga, you know how some battlers, you only got this far because you on that league type shit. You
Right,
know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
Can't
right,
nobody
right,
say that
right,
to me. You know what I
right.
mean?
When you during that time, was it frustrating? Cause like it's different once you done did it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Oh,
But
it's
like,
hella frustrating,
why?
super frustrating.
Tell me about
It's,
like
it's super.
just your mindset. Did you ever get to a point where you were like, man, fuck this?
No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, sometimes, but it'll be like fleeting moments. But it was super frustrating just because everybody tells you, yo, you're underrated, yo, you're underrated, and they say it like it's like that's some type of compliment, and
Right.
it's like that's like not, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect, like
Yeah, I'd
if I'm
rather be
under,
overrated.
yeah, like if I'm underrated, I'm underrated, I'm underrated, and then you see people that you know you're better than, or you know that you like like, yo, if I got that shot, I would do X, Y, Z,
Right.
or whatever the case may be. So at the time, yeah, it was hella frustrating, super frustrating.
Okay. So what's what year we talking?
That's probably 2015, 16,
Okay, yeah,
probably
because the UFF battles were
14.
2014.
Yeah, so
Okay.
probably 15, 16,
Okay.
probably 15, 16, 17. Yeah, probably that period.
Okay. All right. You end up on King of the Dot
Hmm.
a year later
Hmm.
from doing UFF. You end up battling Peanut, right?
Yep.
Where did y'all battle?
Back to basics. We battled in LA.
In LA. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So you didn't catch the Chinese bus to
No,
LA,
no,
did
no.
you?
That was I was getting paid by then.
Okay,
Paid
okay,
paid
okay,
flights
okay.
and shit.
Okay, so boom, you go to Battle Peanut.
Hmm.
This a new league. And
Hmm.
this going to this question I just got from Mama, which is do you prefer more of a production or a closed hood type environment to rap? Now before you answer that,
Hmm.
the difference between, let's say we going to spit that heat, we battling at Black Ice Cartel, we
Hmm.
battling at the Trap, right? All
Hmm.
all events that I've been to, I know what the environment is like.
Hmm.
Um, in comparison to what that maybe that back to basics crowd was, right?
Hmm. What's
Which environment do you prefer?
um That's a good question. I like. I'll be honest. I like the King of the Dot crowd because they're more receptive, kind of. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like you can do like, and they like more rapping, and I feel like organic. Like the people at King of the Dot, they do more to make you feel like a star, kind of like
Hmm.
they'll put your name on a pamphlet. They'll put you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you
yeah.
smoke weed, they'll show up with you know what I'm saying? They'll hold you down, they make sure you don't need shit. The crowd itself is more like they're more receptive. Like they you and just from a rap style perspective, like you can do more with a King of the Dot crowd than you can in a hood environment like cause you know as soon as you slip up,
Yeah,
it gets you the
it's a
fuck
wrap
out
for
of
you.
there.
It's a wrap for you.
Or you know what I'm saying, you can do more rapping, like more multis and more like every. I feel like in the hood environments, it's always punch, punch, punch.
Okay,
But in the King of the Dot crowd, you can rap, rap.
you're able to do a little more.
Hmm.
Okay, you know, I sometimes feel that total opposite, man. I feel like when I'm up there, that I need to like minimize what I want to do. Like
Mm,
like I gotta cater to, but I think that's more so because those are fans of mine that saw something of me at a certain time and they want that from me,
right.
as opposed to like they like, nah, Quest, we want you to be funny and we want you to roast this guy, like,
Yeah,
as
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
opposed
see
to.
what
So
you're
I
saying.
think so but I can understand that. Someone wants to know if you're still in Team Jaime. You want to answer that
Of
question?
course. Yeah,
Okay,
it's team,
cool.
always Team Hami. That's the
Yeah,
They
okay.
want Team Hami is family. Like
Yeah.
that's my people.
So how did you become a member of Team Jaime? How'd that come about?
Like I said, Penn had linked me up with battle rap in general. So by that time I got to so by the time I did my PG, after I battled Stash, I went back to the trap. I battled somebody named Aura. I had already
Mm-hmm.
been cool with Swave. I think I had met Ill Will at the first UFF when he battled Snow. The day he
Okay.
battled Snow, I
Yeah.
had met Ill Will. We got super cool, and I ended up kicking it with all the homies previous, like at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ended up kicking it with Ill Will, meeting everybody, and then I came back. I battled a kid named Aura, and they all was there. Poison Pen, Pumpkin, PH, and Swave was there,
Okay.
and I knew Swave, so 'cause from kicking it with Will, I knew them. Boom, boom, boom. And I battled Aura, and then it was just on. And then Swave came to me like, "Yo," he offered me, "Yo, would you like to be Hami?" Or Swave was just like, "Yo, you Hami, my nigga." Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
You're a killer. You know what I'm saying? And then he went and asked PH and Penn if they were down, and then it was that the whole time.
Dope. Dope. Man, speaking of PH, man, RIP PH, man.
RIP PH all day.
You got any PH story, man, you want to share before we move on?
Um, Shout out to PH, man. He took us to Miami. Me, J Murder, Fabio, Amzilla. He took us all to Miami. It was his. It was like a couple weeks before he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
But he had took us because we was part of the homie that he really didn't kick it with like that.
Wow.
So we all went. We did a battle out there. He had set up a battle with all of us on it, like me, Murder, Fabio, Amzilla, and I think somebody else.
Okay.
But he wanted to just take us because he ain't really kick it with us like that. We was always in Hami. So we did. We took a road trip. We drove down there. You know what I'm saying? PH, funny dude, always playing jokes on niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Like that's when everybody was smoking, and he ain't want niggas to smoke. And we're like, yo, P, we need blunts, dog. And he's like, yo, I mean, the store was right there. He was like, y'all want blunts? I bet. And he pulled up real slow to the store and skirted off. Skirt! Like, y'all ain't smoking no more weed. Like, like, all right, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? Shit like
Man.
that, you know what I'm saying? Him lifting up Five out the hotel room because he was trying to sleep, and 5 year old just kept talking shit to him. So he picked Five up on his underarms like a baby and threw him out of his room. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it was definitely a fun time. You know what I'm saying? We was just bugging
Dope.
out up there, but he definitely, I remember that because he was just like, yo, I wanted to kick it with y'all because I never really kicked it with y'all like that. So,
Man, that's crazy, man.
yeah.
That's really dope. Like
Yeah.
oftentimes it just be like, yeah, I catch you when I catch you, but like he made a value effort to have
Yeah,
a
he made it
moment
a
to spend
point.
some
Like
time. Yeah.
he set up a whole battle and set up a whole card and made it a point to kick it with niggas because he was like, I ain't never kicked it with y'all before. So
Yeah.
I was like,
S-
all right.
So back to this peanut battle. You had your King of the Dot debut.
hmm
How do you feel you received that day?
I think everybody liked everybody. I would think it went well. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? For my first one, it went well. I think the crowd liked me. Everybody, I think everybody by that time everybody knew what I was capable of. They knew who
Mm-hmm.
I was. They was familiar with me. So by the time I came in, it was like, okay,
Okay.
here's what he's going. Let's see what he's going to do. Here's what he's going to do. You know what I'm saying? So that battle was great. Shout out to Peanut. And I think that
Okay.
was his return
Yeah, yeah,
because he
yeah.
was he was gone for a while. So he came back. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
And we had a great joint.
So like after that, like for Trap House, you became the end game for Trap House.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and whenever they would bring in like talent, it would be against you. They brought in Steams, had you battle Steams. They brought in
Mm-hmm.
JC, had you battle JC.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, your next King of the Dot battle though, before the JC trap battle, actually just a month, maybe before the JC battle, you had JC and Danny Myers like
Yeah,
back to back.
that was the first massacre. That when I battled Danny, that was the
Mm-hmm.
first massacre. That was yeah, that was at the battle with Pat and Cal battled it.
Yep.
So they King of the Dot was doing they wanted to do an event in Mass. This is when Nakaya was doing massacre. Shout out to
Yep.
Nakaya. And he was putting together the massacre, so he hit me up, yo. I got you rush Danny on the first massacre, and I was with it. You know what I'm saying? It went up, and me and JC, shout out to JC, cause it's a trap battle, but somebody from my hood put that together.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And we hit JC up, and he came out here. He came to Brockton, and we was out there kicking it. You know what I'm saying? And he
Okay.
came, showed up like a warrior, like he always does. We had a great battle, and that was that.
All right. Now you did Don't Flop. You did that here in America though, right?
Yep, yep,
UNA class, and then we come to a point where you get a phone call from none other than Quest MCODY,
yes, sir.
and I'm like, yo, man, I want to see you and City battle. City
Yep.
had just had a battle in Detroit where him and DNA battled. They did a one rounder where City kicked DNA ass this day.
Mhm.
It was a really good day for City.
Mhm.
It was a one round battle though, so we wanted to like step it up and put him against another wordsmith, but somebody
Mhm.
that could keep up with him when it came down to the lyricism part of it, right?
Facts.
I was trying to make like a me and Math were battling, so I knew I wasn't gonna be able to get up there and battle rap like I rap with Daylight and
Uh huh.
make it work. But like I wanted that battle, and you came to Detroit. This was your first time battling in Detroit, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Shout
talk
out to
about your
Detroit.
time in Detroit and just being out here for the Power Two
Shout out to
event.
Detroit. I love Detroit. I like the people out there. That was my first time being out there. What was funny was while I'm battling M City, I know I'm saying fire shit, but everybody's just like, you're like,
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm, But then, soon as the battle was over, niggas like, yo, X, you was wild. You was fucking shit up. I was like, all right. It's like, yo,
Man,
we can't do all that. You know what I'm saying? That's City home team, so we couldn't even. I
yeah,
respected it though. It wasn't like I didn't, cause it wasn't like they were being like the hating. It was just like,
yeah,
But as soon as the battle was over, niggas show wild love. Yo, you was killing that shit, boy. Da da
yeah,
da 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 da. And then but just the general overall atmosphere, like the building was dope.
yeah. Man, we set it
Um,
off that night, man. That's really, no shot to nobody, no shot to nobody. But that's where the blue room came from.
yeah, facts.
I'm not saying they took it.
Nah, that was the
I'm
first.
just
Yeah,
saying
that
that
was.
was the
Now that I
first
think
that
about
was
it,
the
yeah.
first blue room.
And
I
there was
I
mad people, and there was I remember they said that Royce was in there.
Nah. Royce was there. The Nine was there. Some of the Lions were there. Some of the Pistons were there.
Yeah,
Danny Brown was there. Dwele was there.
yeah. They were
Man,
saying a lot of people was in the building.
man, everybody was there. I think Days came. Man, it was so many people there, man. It ain't make no sense.
Yeah, it was
Actually, it
mad
did
people.
make sense, man, because we were throwing a battle,
It
man.
was
That's how we
mad
get
people there.
down,
I
man.
remember that. It was mad
Man,
people.
and it was a good man. People was popping bottles, man. It was
Oh
all
yeah,
type
no,
of stuff going
crazy. It
on.
was
Like
it
it
was a
was,
lot of fucking furs and shit. It was a lot of
yeah.
shit
You
going
feel me?
on.
Like we wasn't playing, man.
Nah,
It was a battle event, man. But we came out, man. Shout
nah,
out to
y'all
Detroit,
definitely
man.
shout out
Shout
to
out to
Detroit. I love Detroit. And then that like the people like that's why I say with Detroit I got introduced to the people and the culture of Detroit that night because it was
right,
like
right.
oh shit like this is
So
how
like,
they give it up out here. No, I wasn't aware.
over the years, like you had a lot of battles. I don't want to stop on every battle, but like
Hmm.
you started your your relationship or your business relationship with Rare Breed Entertainment with
Mm-hmm.
RBE with the battle
Mm-hmm.
with you and Big Cannon, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was in
Yep.
2016. During that time, though, you were battling on King of the Dot still. You were still doing the trap. You had battled Loso for Bullpen. Like
Yep.
16 was a really really busy year for you.
That's a fact.
Just to go over some of the notable names, and there's other names in between this, y'all. Like he had Cannon, Shotty P, he had a Loso, Artist 2016, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had Bricks,
Mm-hmm.
Artist 2016, but in 2016, I'm seeing 3, 6, 9, 12. I'm
There's a lot of
seeing
battles.
12, man, 15.
There's
Seeing
a lot of
about.
battles.
So what was that about? Was it, yo, I'm trying to get this bag. I'm trying to solidify my
I just
name.
was
Like,
trying to just put some. I think it was. I was trying to put some respect on my name at that point. So I was just. It wasn't like I was just taking anything. As you could see, like the names, I was. They was just coming to me. They were all being offered. Like, and I was building relationships. So the Loso battle, I battled Loso before anybody really knew who he was. You
mm-hmm,
know what I'm saying? Like John had came to me like, "Yo, I got this kid. I think he's dope. I think you and him will have a dope matchup." And
mm-hmm,
I trusted John, put that together. Me and Bricks is also something I did on John's league too as well. You know what I'm saying? It
mm-hmm.
was just building relationships at that point.
Yeah.
Um, and then once I got with RBE, me versus Cannon, that was actually the Team Homie versus Writers Block card.
I remember that.
Yeah. So they had me versus Cannon on there, and then so yeah, that was like my first introduction to battling on
So
RBE.
like that battle on RBE, like you said, it was a Team Jaime versus Riders Block. That shows some significance in how much of an integral role being a part of a rap crew is in battle rap nowadays. Do you feel like having that involvement open some doors up just for situations like that?
Yeah, I think that being a part of a rap crew or collective, I think that um it definitely helps because at the end of the day, like and if you're part of the respected collective, it definitely helps because you carry the name with you wherever you
Right.
go, type shit. So when there is events like this crew versus that crew,
Hmm.
like that was the first time that was actually done in the battle rap format. Like
Yeah, definitely.
we taking one crew, we picking five, taking another crew, picking five, and letting them go. So I think that and being involved in that was definitely like a it definitely helped at the time. It was
Okay.
groundbreaking. It was never been done before, so we definitely did it. Um, yeah, it was a good time.
Okay. So what's during this whole uh whole mix, you go through 2016, man, you do all these battles, man.
Hmm.
Um Next year ago you still on a roll, man. Then you end up
Hmm.
battling Oops at Massacre 3,
Hmm.
right? You and Oops have a showdown, man. You become like just like if there's a mask, you gonna be there. If it's a massacre, you gonna be there. From Oops, prepping for Oops is always gotta be difficult because he doesn't give you all the character flaws that maybe you can get from some of our other counterparts. But
Hmm.
when you battle Oops, hey, he been in the politics yet? Or
Yep.
okay,
Yep. Yep.
okay,
That was like right at the height of it. So that's when I did the Reaper's Face 21 years. That's probably my most famous ball. I've seen the Reaper's Face. I took 21 years from because I
yeah,
just flipped the, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? That was like right after he battled Daylight. He was rapping about him having cancer and all that.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I went through whatever I went through as a kid myself, so I used the bar. But yeah, like bad preparing for Oops is like you just got to kind of rap with him. Like you can't really, because he's a solid stand up guy.
Yeah,
So
man, he
not,
make it difficult, man. I like be an asshole or something, man.
yeah, and he's mad cool and he's super nice. He's super chill. So you can't you can't really diss him.
Yeah. So after you on oops, you keep going, you do like We Go Hard, you and a young Don Marino, man. I remember Don Marino booking us for a battle and I didn't know that he rapped. I just thought he
Hmm.
was the guy that booked the battles. Uh you make a few different moves and then come 2008 you make your return the URL for the Stewie Newton battle.
Hmm.
Okay. What was that initial, I guess, call up like?
KG, the poet, he was doing the card on the West. So he had called me. He was like, "Yo, X, I want you to get on this card versus Stewie Newton." So, but when he called me, I'm like, "Yo, I don't. This is the first time I'm having contact." No, I'm lying. I had contact. I had talked to Smack. I had seen Smack. I think at the Don Marino battle, and we chopped it up or whatever the case may be. And then
Mhm.
KG called me, and I'm like, "Yo, I'll do it, but let's just get on the phone, make sure everything is good. I'm
Yeah,
good. Let's just make sure everything is good." So we got on the phone, we made sure everything was good. I talked to Norv at the time, talked to Beasley. Everything was good, and I
yeah.
locked back in.
Okay. Like returning to that stage, did you have like an extra bit of hype like about it? Did you take more
Oh,
detail or did you approach it the same?
I mean, I approached it the same. I was more deliberate though. Like, yo, I'm gonna make sure that this shit goes the way it's supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm hitting on all cylinders. I can't play around. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like, I can't fuck around. And I'm a better battler then than I was when I first got on URL. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So,
What would you say changed during that time to make you better?
just more seasoned, more polished, more learning how um battle rap works, learning how to work a crowd,
Yeah.
learning how to, you know what I'm saying? Just a more polished battle all around.
Okay. Okay. Now, speaking of polished battlers, man, a little after that, like you still did your thing, man. You went from Gates of the Garden to King of the Dot
Mm-hmm.
again. Like you ain't had no qualms with going to the competition to get your work off. Plus, it was Massacre again, but this time it was Massacre slash Blackout. So
Mm-hmm.
for y'all that don't know what this is, Blackout is an event that King of the Dot does where they announce the battlers that are gonna be on the actual battle event on the card, as we call it,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't tell people who's gonna go up against who. And for this event, you battled against like man, one of the like just had a fire battle, man, with Jada Nightwing, man. You battled Mad Flex.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that battle, man.
Um, I actually asked for Matchflex
Okay.
because we was trying to do Massacre. They was trying to find me an opponent, and they offered. I don't remember the names that they offered me, but I had seen Mad Flex. I had been up on Mad Flex, and I was like, "Yo, what about me and Mad Flex? That shit would be crazy."
Mm-hmm.
And then they looked, they thought about it, and they agreed. And then they hit him, he agreed, and I was like, "Yo, that shit." He was like, "You know what I'm saying?" Because Mad Flex is probably not even probably Mad Flex is one of the coldest with the pen
Mm-hmm.
out, and I think because he's not loud,
Mm-hmm.
people sleep on him like
Yeah.
bad, crazy, like because he's not. Oh, rah, rah, I'll kill you, I'll
Yeah.
smoke you. Da, da,
Boisterous
da.
like that. Yeah.
Yes, but if you got to rap with him, you're gonna have to really go in. So I'd asked for him, I pulled up on him, and it was lit after that.
Right. What's your most who do you think was one of your toughest challenges just battling in general?
Probably, I would say probably Marv,
Okay. Okay.
because
Why?
Marv is so seasoned and such a veteran. Like he never gets rattled.
Mm-hmm.
You don't, and if he is rattled, you don't know you rattled him because you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he's almost like stoic kind of. Like if you rattle him, you don't know that you did. He'll tell you after,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you don't really know that you rattled them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Uh, you battled. You had a really really dope battle that, and a dope line in this battle that I took a lot of advantage of during our battle. But it was a really really dope line. You and Frack battle, man, and you
Hmm.
told him he grew up with trust funds, and you grew up in this place where you couldn't trust fund.
Hmm.
You always do a good job at comparing, like, not only the witty and the clever rhymes, but you also get like a grittiness that just
Hmm.
kind of taps into the environment that that you came up in, and it relates to fans, both those that experience those hardships and those that want to know more about it. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? They say don't look at the train wreck, but you always do.
Yeah, facts.
Um, is that purposeful, and if so, like why?
Um, I feel like it's purposely done, but I also feel I feel like your rap should always come from an authentic place, even if you are doing the clever, witty shit. Like it's not like for me, I like quotables. Like I like bars that only a certain rap. Like when Lux says, "Stand up, niggas don't lean." Like that's not a punch.
Yeah,
That, but only he can say that. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
nobody else can say that. Like he can say that with the conviction that he said. Like so, I like bars like that. So for me, like it's just taking my life and saying, comparing it, and I think that when I do that, because I feel like sometimes with a lot of the intricate writers or the guys that have been acclaimed to be intricate writers, they sometimes you can be so intricate that you lose the person listening. They're like, hold up, nigga, I don't
yeah.
know, I lost
I
it.
don't know
You
where
lose
we
your
at. Yeah,
relatability.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
Do you
saying?
think
So
like do you think like uh it's a lost art in appreciating getting that in a battle? Because we're so gimme, gimme, gimme. I want the punch. I want the punch.
yeah, it's definitely a loss. It's definitely a lost art or art that we are losing. Like everybody wants to punch, 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 but they don't appreciate what it when rapping is happening. Like because there's more facets to rapping than punching. Like even like if you look at a battle like Murder Mook versus Twerk, like Mook was rapping.
Yeah,
He was rapping. He was saying some shit up there. He was doing all type of shit. Alliteration. He was doing all of the shit that you could possibly do to, you know what I'm saying? But people don't appreciate it because it's not it's not in that format that they're used to hearing.
okay. So you was talking about Marv being like your toughest opponent, which was
Mm-hmm.
a person that you battled during the King of the Dot tournament, right? The
Mm-hmm.
first one. And Marv ended up in the finals of that
Mm-hmm.
tournament, and I believe he should have won that tournament. But
Me too. Me
it's
too.
neither here nor there. Um, let's talk about this tournament because y'all were rapping every other week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that's do you feel like because you were traveling so much, like in that 2016 year, because during that tournament, what is it, 2020, 2021?
Yeah, it was 2020. It was COVID, I think.
Okay, so it's 4 years. It's 4 years after you just
Mm-hmm.
had 16 or so some odd battles in a year, which still
Mm-hmm.
isn't a battle every other week.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about the preparation and what's going on in the outside world, like because like life ain't stopping
No.
just because we trying to get some money. Like
Yeah,
that's what
life
y'all
don't
don't
stop.
forget. Like they dropped the bag, but life don't stop. Like
No.
life keep going,
Yeah,
and
like
got to
we
get
get
ready.
we get booked for these battles, but life keep going. So during that time, I think that was COVID. So COVID going on, the world was going crazy. It was different regulations every 2 weeks. Nigga, you couldn't this many people had in the building. You have this many people. Like you didn't know, we didn't know what COVID was. You know what I'm saying? So it was like the scare watching the news, like you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it was definitely a wild time. I think that watching so doing all that and then being in a tournament where Soon as you battle, you gotta be ready in 2 weeks
Yeah, and it
for the
wasn't
next.
easy battles. Like you had
No,
Eddie I, Head Ice, and
Eddie,
then
I had
Marv One.
Ice, newborn, fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And then you got to go to battle
Dunch.
other people in your division, Dunch. Like, so it was it was kind of at that time. I won't. It was kind of dope because it was like it occupied your mind from all the everything that was going on
Yeah,
with with the COVID. You know what I'm saying? But life was still going on. Like my kids still needed shit. You know what I'm saying? I had
yeah,
to. It being COVID, I had to check on my kids, make sure they was good, make sure their moms was good, make sure my family was good, everybody was good, and still prepare and make sure everything was on point for when I do get up there on the camera and shit like that.
yeah. When you when you are in a tournament like that, it's so draining. Like I
Hmm.
wasn't in the tournament and I was tired because I was going to every one, like in Detroit, and then when he would fly out to LA
Yeah,
for the
it's
next
definitely
ones,
draining.
yeah, I was going out or whatever. So um, I want to steer a little off of the battles, like because I'm sure y'all familiar
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah.
his battle career and how that go. Um, so oftentimes, like when we're going through just the to these different cities, I think about the impact we make on people that watch these battles, and I hear
Hmm.
so many people that especially the younger battlers, they're like, yeah, I was watching this in high school. I was watching you guys when I was in middle school. Twerk when he like, yo man, I was watching y'all on Comcast or whatever.
Hmm.
Like, so we know that we got an impact in the communities,
Hmm.
right? You've made it a purpose or a point to always, outside of being the battle rapper, like you don't approach these spaces as Xcel the battle rapper, but
Hmm.
you've made it, like I know because I know you and I done
Hmm.
taught to you. You've made it your business to uh, make investments, positive investments into the youth of your community. Can,
Facts.
can we talk about how that comes about?
Um, well, one of my guys that he was working in schools for a while. He just was like, "Yo, I would like for you to come follow me for a week in the schools and see if you can help some kids." And I went, and I just fell in
Mm-hmm.
love doing it, working with the kids and working with the youth and being a part of that because I think that working with the kids, man, one, it keeps you humble
Mm-hmm.
because kids are gonna tell you. Kids ain't gonna mince words. They're gonna tell you exactly how they feel, what they feel when they feel it. It keeps you, you know what I'm saying, and to be able to see a kid that don't know or struggling to try and figure out something, and then helping them get to a point or achieve something, and then you see them like you can literally watch the confidence build.
Mm-hmm.
That's like priceless right there. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, a lot of our kids don't have people like us or people that look like them to
Yeah.
tell them, "Yo, son, this is the right way, or this is the best way to do it, or move this way, zig that way." You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
think that so me doing that definitely was just a way to give back, or I don't even look at it like giving back. I feel like it's a duty to once you get to a certain age, because I grew up even though they weren't always doing the best of things. I grew up with OGs that would
Yeah.
tell me like, "Yo, bro, like, yo,
That ain't it.
I'm about to do this." Like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Or, yo, before I was outside, before I was too old, before I was old enough to be outside myself, we about this is about to happen. Go in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or this is about nigga. You don't want to be outside today. Go over there, or whatever the case
Yeah.
may be. So, it was just me doing that. Like, and I wish that I had somebody like me or somebody like you, because you do the same thing with the kids too, or
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, to come into my school and tell me, "Yo, bro, you might want to get good grades. This is how you do that. This is how
Yeah.
you do this." Like, because it's different when people like us do it than a teacher. because the teacher, you
Yeah.
don't really.
I think like hip hop has helped this a lot because like we listen to the same music.
Mm-hmm.
So the language isn't there's not a language barrier.
Right.
Like I'm hip to what you saying even though you don't say hip.
Right.
Like I know what you saying, I know what you into. Um I'm sure like being a father helps
Mm-hmm.
with the want to be there for the benefit just of others cuz I know for me like being a dad and being in a space where I can think about like damn man, I'm here for my kid like this. I'm sure there's kids that were like me looking for just guidance outside of the house just like mine, and it just put me in front of other kids just being an active parent for my kid, right?
Yeah. Facts.
It yeah, so I'm talking to these kids and I'm like, damn man, they need some love. Like some of these kids need some love, man. Some of these kids need some attention. Um
That's all they really need. And it's once you realize what it is, it's like, oh, this shit is simple.
mhm,
All they need is attention or love. Somebody just to tell them some shit. You know what I'm saying?
right. So you're the father of three,
Mm-hmm.
right? All right. Two girls, one boy.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Okay. Now what's that I know what it's like being a father of a teenage girl, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Um and I know what it's like being a father of a teenage boy, and
Mm-hmm.
they are so different. I
It's
don't know
super
if they did
different.
okay. Um tell me the just the what advice, what lessons, yeah, there we go. What lessons have you got just in parenthood thus far, and especially navigating these teenage years as a parent?
I mean, the teenage years, like for it definitely tests your patience. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
definitely test your patience because it's like, dog. It's like um how I look at it is you can't be too. You gotta remember, like somebody told me, like they don't really know what you think they do. You understand what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
you're instilling it in them, but they're gonna make mistakes, dog. They're gonna
Word.
do goofy. They're gonna do silly stuff. They're gonna mess up. They're gonna, you know what I'm saying? But you just gotta. For me, I just kind of like give them the lesson. Like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I teach them to think about it before they do it. Like, don't
Okay.
just do impulse. Don't just. All right, you want to do X, Y, Z? Think
Mm-hmm.
about it. How's that
Right.
feel? How's that? What are you trying to get? What's the goal? Da
Right.
da da da. And then also, sometimes we try to grow our kids up
Too
before they
fast. Yeah.
let them be. They even though they're teenagers, they're still kids. Let them be kids, man. Like
Yeah.
let them. They're still kids. They're babies. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, so you can't just like they try to grow him up. Like you're a man. Like no, he's not. You know what I mean? Like no, he's not. He's not. Like there's
Right.
nothing you can say. They're like you're a woman. No, she's not. She's still a little girl. She's closer. She's closer to being a little girl than she is. Or he's closer to being a little boy than he is a man.
Yeah.
Like so, you
Yeah.
gotta just you know what I'm saying, and then you give them the lessons that let them, and you let them just. I let like my son, like I just let him go through it. You know what I'm saying, and or he'll talk to me, yo, dad, this is what's going on. All right,
Mm-hmm.
what's going on? What are you trying to get out of what's going on? Okay, this is what you're trying to get. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Running down the list. My daughters, I got two daughters. My youngest daughter's probably the most boisterous one. She's like me.
Mm-hmm.
She always got jokes and all that, and you know what I'm saying. She always quick with it. Um, so yeah, I mean, just being a dad, man, it's like dog. It tests your patience, but I think that at the same time, you can't really just you can't put too much on your kids, man.
Okay. How
Like
important do you think fathers are to the development and maturation of children?
super important. Dads are super important. I think that dads, dads, we set the boundaries of for your family and for your kids. Like, nah, we can't do no, you can't do this, no, you can't do that. I think that And then like if you have a son, they get to grow up and see how you move. And then your daughters get to see how everybody gets to see how you move, and they kind of base their life off how you move around. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So I think that fathers are super important. Obviously mothers are important too, but
yeah,
fathers are
definitely.
super important. Super, super, super important.
Definitely. I say that just because there's so many like opportunities where, you know, active dads can just be like, yo, man, I know being a father is tough, especially when you and the woman not seeing eye to eye.
Oh,
But,
for sure.
but it's also, it's almost the most rewarding thing that I've ever
Yeah, 1,000%.
done. Like, I've, my daughter is an adult now, man. And it's like, I can't believe that, man. But like, she's on the right path, man. She's got so many things, and then just seeing little milestones from my younger son, my 16-year-old, and seeing the milestones he's gotten through to get to where he is, and it's like this is a movie that you get to watch like in real time. Like you
Hmm.
really get to see this movie. Like they don't even know as much as you know about their life. Well, of course they know the stuff when you're not around. But like you're going to have to tell the story of them being born. You're going to have to tell the diaper
Oh yeah, yeah.
stories
There's
and
mad
like
parts that they don't know.
yeah,
That's like, yo, dude, you don't even know you used to do this.
yeah,
I remember when you was around. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
yeah.
hell yeah.
So man, I always like to cover that part of the show. And before we get up out of here, I want to give a opportunity for you to, you know, tell me what you got going on in 2024 on a professional level. If you got something going on in the community, man, let me know. Just what's
I
in
got you,
store.
B. Um, Before I get about it on a professional level, I am working on some music, so definitely there'll be a project out. There's a project out now, called The Magnificent Seven.
Mm-hmm.
It's out now. I'm working on another one. Right now, my man D-Man, Diesel Mania, we about to put out another project. I'm working on some fitness stuff. Shout out to the 30-day challenge, fitness challenge. We're on day 7. We doing that. Little light workouts for the crib. People that for people that want to work out but don't have the access to a gym or whatever. Just little light stuff that you can
Okay,
do
and
in
they
your
could get
house.
that on like your Twitter, your
You can
Instagram.
get
You
that on my
posting it there.
Twitter, my Instagram, my TikTok, whatever. I post new exercises every day. Um, and then and then other than that, and then like right now, as far as the community, I'm working with my man. We just doing like some events. Like they just did an event like a brunch for local businesses and stuff like that. So other than that, I mean, more battles. I just battled Snake Eyes in January,
Mm-hmm.
so more battles and more. Everything the same, man. Just
Dope, dope,
working. Just see
dope.
me, catch me.
Dope, man. Listen, man, I appreciate you. We about to end the show, but don't go anywhere. Just hang out for a second. I'm gonna throw you in
Huh.
the back to the ghoulie real quick, and then just finish up. Man, I
Got you.
appreciate you. Appreciate you, y'all. Make sure y'all go follow Xcel at Xcel Guard GAWD 7. Give me the significance of the number 7 before we get up out of here, my
Oh, the
brother.
7. I'm a 5%. So the 7, that's the number. That's the God number. You know what I'm saying? The gods. That's just what we represent. The black man's God. That's what I believe. So that's just what it is. That's the number. And it's supreme mathematics.
What's the mathematics for the day, brother?
What's today's mathematics? Today's the 28th, so it'll be wisdom, build, all being born to knowledge cipher, being born to knowledge. So basically, when you start wisdom build, so you just start building, you putting your actions together, and people can see what you know by the things that you built, or
Mm.
see who you are by the things that you do and the things that you build.
That's word. That's word,
You
man. That's
know what I mean?
really dope, man. I appreciate. Now, see, y'all have been messed up if he didn't know. He's like, we didn't plan that. So,
Nah, we
yeah,
definitely didn't plan
yeah.
that.
Hang on one second, bro. All right, so listen, man. I appreciate y'all just for joining the show, man. A really, 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 really dope podcast. Make sure y'all share. Make sure y'all follow. Make sure y'all donate to the show if y'all want to. It's $Quest MCODY. If you don't, that's cool too. Follow us on social media, hit the notification bell, share us, subscribe, do all that stuff just to help the show grow. We really appreciate you. With that said, I thank you. Let's see what we talking about in the chat before we get out of there. Shout out to Mama for always joining the show. Mama always joining the show. She with the 30-day challenge, she's in there. She appreciate the energy. I want to shout out my man Majorant. He shows up every day. My man Rose shows up. Neve showed up today. We appreciate you. We hope to see you again and again. Make sure y'all go to questmcody.com. 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 I got really dope stuff like this really fire Jonah hat. I got a shirt from Stash House. And if you want to support the show, you could go and grab a I Said Yo shirt. They come in black. They come in white. They're on the site. And if you just want to have my face on your shirt, go get a Quest MCODY Bad Boys shirt like that. We appreciate you. I Said Yo podcast. We are about to get up out of here. And again, share if you care. I Said Yo. Yeah. Hey, turn me up. Turn me up. Yeah. All right. I'm Jonah in the belly of the beast, nigga. I be damned if I die in these streets, nigga. Hands up for the money we gon' reach, nigga.